What is up, everyone? I'm coming on here for a couple of plays for the day. Yesterday, man, that Rams and Falcons game, I took Stafford and Puka over multiple times. And if you guys watched the game, you saw multiple calls that Puka had, catches that Puka had, that get called back by penalties. That last play of the game, if you guys saw it, or the second to last play of the game, Puka catches the ball out of bounds, catches the ball, and it's a catch in my book, and they called it incomplete for some reason. And that game could have even went into overtime also and gotten more catches and stuff. But yeah, I mean, it just seemed like the refs, they really wanted the Falcons to win, and they really did not want Puka to get a touchdown or anything. And it's unfortunate because we had Puka receiving targets, and some of those receiving targets got called back. We had Puka over receiving yards in the first half. We had Puka over receiving longest reception. And again, it's like hindsight's 2020 because it's crazy to think that Puka's longest reception that entire game was 11 yards, especially when, you know, if you watch the game, you kind of know what I mean. Like, he had so many deep balls thrown to him, caught the ball, called back, caught the ball out of bounds somehow. And yeah, it just doesn't make sense because really Stafford and Puka, they could have easily went over. And there's a lot of times, like for example, in this slip here, I took them over in the first half. I've seen Stafford throw for 200 yards easily in the first half. I've seen Puka get 70 to 80 yards in the first quarter alone, where you'll just be like, wow, I need to take this guy over every single week. And he underperformed this game, right? How could you have known, right? How could you know that he was going to underperform in this game, especially with all the penalties and such? But yeah, it's frustrating. We go 0-3 yesterday, which just at the end of the day, guys, if Stafford, Puka connect with the ball and it's not a penalty, boom, both these guys go green together. Marvin Badgley goes over by 1 rebound. So, it is an 0-3 and it's frustrating. And I hate when we go 0-3. I hate when things, are red, but, at the end of the day, this could have easily went all green. I know that's really crazy to say, but I think it's true. And then you have Miami and Ohio State. This game's happening tomorrow, and we are set up for this. I would have loved to, of course, get another setup for this with League of Legends, but again, those calls got called back, and the game could have went into overtime, and it didn't. Karl-Anthony Towns, we took him over points and rebounds, and he actually goes under points and rebounds. I think he gets 25 or something like that when the Knicks put up 130. So another frustrating one there too. So it's been a frustrating day and a half, whatever it is. We had an okay weekend, solid weekend. You guys see it here. I showed this yesterday, but we had some 4-mans, we had some 3-mans hit. But I do also want to say, guys, there is a massive week of college football ahead of us. All right, this is the week schedule of all these bowl games going on. So today alone, we have Coastal Carolina, we have Coastal Carolina, LA Tech, and then we have Tennessee, Illinois. Massive game there. Get ready for some second half plays and a lot of plays, probably with the Tennessee guys and the Illinois guys. And then we have USC and TCU, and I love this matchup. And then along with that, we also have a ton of different plays going on for New Year's and such, okay? With that being said, we also have all the playoff games, right? So we have Miami and Ohio, and then we have Georgia. I believe they play Ole Miss, something like that. And yeah, just a lot of games going on throughout this week. So big stuff happening there. Again, college football is always going to be welcome in this channel, right? We always want to be betting on these college football games, especially this USC TCU game. Really, really like that game. I also want to say, guys, that, this past week on this channel, we've had some real bad days where we go 0-3, but we've also had some good days, right? If you go back to, I think this was Christmas Day, but we had this Hawaii and Cal game. This was a play that I sent out, sometime last week. We cashed this for a 5.25x. This was a play I believe I sent out last Friday. We cashed this for a 5.25x, and this was a play that I sent out completely free to my Twitter. I didn't send it out on a video, but I sent it out on my Twitter, on my free winnable, and then of course to the VIP. And we also cashed this for 5x. So all of these completely free, no questions asked. You would have got these plays if you follow, whether these YouTube videos and stuff, or my Twitter, or whatever it is. I give these plays out for free, and multiple 5x's cashed throughout the week. All right, so even though this is rough, of course, we also cashed some 3 out of 3. So it is what it is, right? We're gonna win some and we're gonna lose some, and that's how it goes, right? As you guys can see, the correlation really works. When you have 2 players on Hawaii go over together, and these guys go way over together, and then you have 2 players on the Seahawks, and these guys go under together, right? Sam Darnold and JSN, these guys go under together as well, all right? So let's get into today's plays, guys. I've I guess 6 picks or 7 picks, something like that. But we do have 3 separate entries, all right? So we have a play on Chalkboard, and then we have a play on ONYX Odds, and then we have a play on PrizePicks, all right? So the first play is going to be on Chalkboard. Now, I've been talking about Chalkboard a lot during the holidays because they've been giving out, I think now we have 4 separate 0.5 discounts that they have given out over the past like 5 days, okay? So they gave out Isaiah Pacheco a couple of days ago. This was on like Christmas Day or Christmas Eve. Again, text me Chalk to my number on the screen if you guys do want to sign up for Chalkboard. You get a free $20. I believe you get a $100 deposit match, and you also will get this free LeBron discount right here. LeBron to put up 1 point. Obviously, he's going to go ahead and put up 1 point tonight. So this is as simple as it gets on Chalkboard here, guys. You have LeBron over, and then I'm taking Keontae George to go under 24.5 points in the Jazz and Celtics game, all right? So this is also a 3.17x, okay? So you're actually getting a higher payout than you would on something like PrizePicks. PrizePicks for a 2-man, you only get a 3x. Chalkboard, you're getting a 3.17x. All of these like 1.2x differences, they really add up over a long period of time. On top of that, you're also obviously getting LeBron over 0.5 points, which is pretty much guaranteed that he's going to go ahead and hit this, of course. So this is the first play on Chalkboard. It's a no-brainer to go ahead and take this tonight. It's his birthday, by the way, so happy birthday to LeBron there. And then we do have a play on ONYX odds. I am taking Tennessee money line versus Illinois. I think this is a really soft line for Tennessee. I think Tennessee could honestly be a playoff team. They beat Georgia. They're a really solid team. The only thing that you have to worry about in some of these bowl games is if the quarterback is not returning. So, for example, TCU's quarterback tonight not returning. Josh Hoover is in the portal, so he's not coming back. Some of these guys go to the draft. But Joey, I think his name is Aguilar. He is actually playing tonight, all right? So they have lost some of their receivers to the NFL or the portal or whatever it is. I think they're running back maybe too. But at the end of the day, the quarterback is the main driving factor of this team. And they really don't have a super dominant number one receiver. I know like Chris Brazell kind of was, but he was more of a field stretching type receiver, not really that possession guy. So they still have really good receivers, and they're going to be able to move the ball. They're going to be able to play SEC defense, and I just think they're a much better team than Illinois. So I am taking Tennessee money line. This play is happening in the afternoon, so make sure to get this in. Again, this is on ONYX odds, guys, so you guys can bet on ONYX odds. You can bet on money lines, spreads, player props, and we pretty much do that every single day here on this channel, even though that we missed the cat line yesterday. I do want to show you guys on this channel, we have made a lot of the right calls, right? So for example, Spurs money line is what we took a couple of days ago here against the Thunder, and Spurs did go ahead and hit, and we cashed this for like a 5.5x our money right there. So again, guys, sign up for ONYX odds. You also get $100 in free bets, all right? So completely free money. Who does not like that? Take Tennessee money line, and I think this should be more like, honestly, I think this should be more like minus 200 or something like that, okay? I would not be surprised if Tennessee comes out to like a 20-0, by halftime or something like that, or 20-3 or something like that. I think they are the much better team in tonight's in the afternoon game today. Okay, so play of the day on PrizePicks, guys. Like I said, I really like the matchup between USC and TCU, all right? I'm probably going to also take the overs on TCU just because this game has shootout written all over it. And on top of it, you have the USC quarterback coming back. Now, if you guys don't know, USC has two really good receivers. They have Malachi Lemon, and then they have someone Lane. I forget his first name, but it starts with a J. I think it's like Jane Lane or something, even though I think that's the guy for the Commanders. But Lane or something like that, and he is a really good receiver also on USC. So they have two really good USC receivers, but they are now going to the NFL draft. So now you have different receivers on USC coming and backfilling those guys' position, but you still have the, like I said, the bread and butter, which is the quarterback here for USC. So this quarterback can really sling the ball. He can throw he can throw very well. He can move the ball, whatever you want to say. And then TCU has a softer defense, all right? So it's not a super soft defense, but they do not have that great of a defense. And USC can move the ball against some of the best teams, right? If you watch that USC versus Iowa game that happened a couple of weeks ago, they moved the ball pretty well against Iowa. They've moved the ball, I forget who it was, but they've played some pretty solid teams, and they can move the ball against some of the best defenses. So versus TCU guys in a bowl game when they're missing some of their guys, I think they are going to do very well being able to throw the football, okay? So I think this guy gets close to 300 yards tonight, and then his it's actually going to be his number 2 receiver tonight, which is Jaden Richardson. If you want to take the number 1 guy, I'm forgetting his name, just because he's normally the number 3 and now he's bumped up to the number 1 spot. If you want to take him, you can. I will just say you're getting a smaller payout for it, so you'll probably get like a 4.5x instead of a 5x, and I always like to get the 5x. Now the third play of the day is going to be utilizing the taco, right? So a couple of discounts in today's video. We obviously have the LeBron play, and then we had the taco play in today's video here, and there's no reason not to take it with the taco, right? You have 3 tacos throughout the day, so Jaylen Brown's the first pick. There's probably going to be like an NHL play, and then there'll probably be some football play or something like that, okay? So go ahead and take the taco with this entry. Again, you have like a 80% chance of Jaylen Brown going ahead and hitting his PRA, right, with the taco. That's normally about the hit chance, maybe 70 to 80%. And then you have a correlated duo right here in USC, right? So the better that the quarterback does, the better that the receiver is going to do. If this guy throws for 300 plus yards, this guy's probably getting 60 plus yards, all right? If this guy throws for 150 yards, then this guy's maybe only getting 20 yards or something like that. So these guys are very tied together, and you have to think of them as kind of like a chain, right? Here's my drawing of a chain, but they're very chained together, right? So the better this guy does, the better that the receiver is going to do on these teams. And that is true across all branches of football, whether it's college football at the highest level, whether it is NFL at the highest level, whether it is college football at the lowest level, right? You're going to have guys that are very, very tied together in these games, okay? So again, guys, sign up for Chalkboard, sign up for ONYX odds, and I will say tomorrow I'm going to be doing a pretty big review of how the year went, and then I'm going to also be announcing the next giveaway of what jersey we're going to be doing for the next giveaway come January. All right, guys, so stay tuned for that. I might have some other things in tomorrow's video just because it is the end of the year and the beginning of 2026 coming very soon, all right, which I'm gearing up for a big year, guys. I'm gearing up for a very big year, so get ready for that. Thank you guys so much for watching, and to go ahead and end it here, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video.